Hi boys and girls, Rose here. Hope you're all good. Um, for this week's activity, it's a bit of a fun activity and it's a bit of a messy activity, but we all need to use our imaginations. So it involves a big bit of ice, and I'll just show you it here. So in this ice, I don't know if you can see that, there's a tiny little mermaid who has been frozen in this ice and she needs us to rescue her. So you can see in the water there's some shells. I think there's some gems. There's a mermaid who desperately needs us to rescue her. And there's a comb. And I wonder what else is in there. So I'm going to, later on, I'm going to tell you how I made this, and you could get your grown-up to help you, and you could have any figures trapped in there. You could have dinosaurs and green slime, or you could have Power Rangers, or you could have unicorns or other sea life animals and things. But to help us rescue our little mermaid friend, I've put together a special kit that I think my little girl India Rose is going to use to rescue the mermaid that's trapped in there. So you can use anything lying about the house as long as you get permission from your grown-up. These are all just things that are in my house. I've not bought anything new. So I've got a syringe, and what you can do is you can fill that up with some water and try and melt the ice. I've got another big syringe. It's a dropper, and what you do is you press the top and it sucks up all the water, and you can sit and use that over the ice. What else do I have in my kit to help rescue the mermaids? I've got a brush, so you can brush away some of the frozen ice to discover what else is in there. What else do I have? I've got a pair of tweezers. Now my little girl's a little bit older, so she's allowed to use these. They're a tiny bit sharp, the edge is blunt here, but maybe you'll have some plastic tweezers, maybe in an old doctor's kit or something. Or maybe if you're really, really careful and you have a grown-up with you, they'll maybe let you use their tweezers, but you have to ask first. You always need to ask permission. What else do I have? This is a good one. This is a bit like science, this bit. I've also, in this bowl, got some salt that you can pour on top of the ice because salt helps ice melt. We know that because our janitor sometimes puts ice outside on the pavements to melt the ice so we don't slide when it's winter time. And I've got a jug here with some cooled boiled water. So when I'm with India Rose, it'll be cool enough for her to use, but warm enough to help melt the ice. And what she can do is, she can pour it from the jug if she wants, but that's cheating a wee bit because we want to persevere and chip away at the ice. So she can fill up her syringe with some water, or she can use the big dropper here. And what to do is, if you get your grown-up to give you a tray to put it on, the water will go into the tray and you can just reuse that water, so it saves you running back and forth to get more water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this to India Rose and let her chip away and see if she can rescue our mermaid that's trapped in there, and see if she can discover any other things in there. I wonder what could be in there. I definitely can see some seaweed. I can see some seaweed, and I can see great big shells. I wonder what else you'll discover. And then afterwards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I made it. And it's dead easy. And I'm sure your mummies and daddies can help you make this, and you can have fun. And maybe you can come up with some other figurines that need saved, or some other animals that you can put in there. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, boys and girls, I'm back all covered in glitter. And this might be the bit where you want to get your grown-up to hear how we made our big mermaid ice ball. So what I did was, you just need a circular shape. It can be a bowl if you want it smaller and you don't want as many layers and you don't want it to take as long, because that took my little boy and girl about 45 minutes to persevere and chip through all that ice. You can do it in a smaller bowl. So what I did though, because I wanted it to take a long time for them to chip away at it, I used one of these LOL globe balls that they come in, these LOL dolls. My little girl's got a couple of these kicking about her room, and they don't serve much purpose anymore, so I used one of these. And because we were doing our water theme, I wanted the water to be blue, so you could use just a couple of bits of food dye, but I don't have any food dye just now. So I dyed the water with blue tissue paper. So I put boiling hot kettle water in with the tissue and let it sit for about 10 minutes or so until it was a blue colour. Obviously kept away from my little girl's, out of her hands. And then I added some glitter just to make it extra sparkly. I added some fern from outside, cut some of these back so it looked like seaweed. I have some shells. If you don't have shells, I'm sure you could pick up a couple of pebbles or stones from outside. I then added some old costume jewellery that's broken. Just stuff that's cheap that I don't wear anymore. And what I did was I added the first layer and just put some of like little gems and things, or if you've got any sequins, froze that, just a small amount, brought it back out, did another layer, maybe added some of the jewellery and froze that again. And then I put our mermaid in the middle because I wanted her in the middle, so it took a wee while for them to chip away and get to her. And then I just added the layers and froze it. But as I said, if you do it in a small bowl, you don't need to put in as many items, you don't need to freeze it layer by layer. I just did it that way because I wanted it to take a very long time. I didn't have a little mermaid doll, so what we did was we took one of India Rose's LOLs and we made her a mermaid tail out of electrical tape. Well, my husband did, and the only thing is he put the tape on back to front, so our bottom's the wrong way around. And as I said before, if you want it to be a different theme, you can make it sea life animals if you've got any small figurines of sharks or fish, or if you wanted to make the water green and do it dinosaurs or action figures or whatever. The list is endless what you can do with it, but I hope that you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it, children enjoyed it, it's really fun, inexpensive, and I hope all the boys and girls are looking after their families and staying safe, and I hope to see you in real life really, really soon. Thank you. Take care.